So this week on Online Outcasts, the theme is React Week, and I decided that I'm going to be reacting to some fan fiction, but kind of like dirty fan fiction. So I'm going to be reacting to like smut, because oh my gosh, I forgot how nasty and vulgar fan fiction can get, and I am at my desk right now because I'm reading off of my laptop. So yeah. So Ellie said that I should read this SpongeBob fanfiction called Kummy Krab. Oh, I'm already just triggered by it. Yeah, this is called Kummy Krab. You are reading. It's a romance. The description says he was sexy as fuck and everyone wanted him. Hashtag Mr. Krabs, hashtag sexy, hashtag SpongeBob SquarePants, and hashtag Squidward. It was a long day of managing the Krusty Krab, and Mr. Krabs was locking the doors. I love knowing how to read. And began to head home. On his drive home, his mind started wandering. He thought about SpongeBob and his holes that just screamed, "Fuck me." What? Okay, also guys, I've never read this before, so if I'm just like, what in the fuck, I've just never read this. Soon enough, he was hard as a rock. Mr. Krabs decided to make a detour to SpongeBob's house. "Mr. Krabs?" SpongeBob asked, rubbing his eyes. Whatever. Now that he was awoken from his slumber. "What are you doing here?" he asked, and Mr. Krabs pushed through SpongeBob to get into his home. Can't check up on me, best worker?" he asked. SpongeBob eyed him suspiciously. Eugene had never done this before. "You can, just odd that you did this at," he looked at the clock, 2 a.m., he said, and Mr. Krabs sighed. "Fine, you caught me." He looked at SpongeBob. "You've been teasing me all day, and I need you, SpongeBob," he explained, and SpongeBob looked at him confused. "What do you mean?" he asked. He came closer to his boss and put an arm around him. "Your holes, boy, they've been teasing me all day." He's bit the mouth part of his shell. "I just really need some form of release. Could ye do your boss this favor?" he pleaded. SpongeBob thought this over for a moment. "I don't know, Mr. Krabs. Haven't you ever heard that work and romance don't mix?" "This isn't romance, SpongeBob. Just a bit of pleasure. I can get you off." Also, I am whispering because I am in my house. I have my siblings, and this is getting inappropriate, he suggested. SpongeBob almost declined. Almost. He hadn't gotten off in such a long time. He couldn't say no. His long, skinny similar to his nose, was begging for attention, so he simply nodded. As soon as he nodded, Mr. Krab was hungrily kissing him. Hungrily. "Thank you, boy. Knew I could count on me, best worker," he said, and SpongeBob blushed and smiled. SpongeBob kissed him back, and it slowly got more passionate and deeper. Mr. Krabs knew that the need for release wasn't one-sided. SpongeBob needed it just as bad as he did. Mr. Krabs took SpongeBob's hands and brought it down to his jeans. "See what ye holes do to me, boy," he growled, pressing SpongeBob's hand into his bulge. SpongeBob shivered in response. "I'm gonna need you to take care of what you started," he hissed, and SpongeBob nodded nervously. "Well, what are you waiting for? Do it!" he exclaimed. SpongeBob shakingly unbuttoned Mr. Krabs' pants and pulled down his briefs. His erect dick sprung out, and SpongeBob gasped when he saw the size of it. "I never pinned you down to be this big," SpongeBob gasped. Mr. Krab laughed in response. Get to work, boy. Hopefully your work ethic and Krusty Krabs translates here, he said, and SpongeBob shuddered. He so badly wanted to please his boss on every level. SpongeBob shakingly brought his head down to Mr. Krabs' hard penis and started working on it with his mouth. Oh, fuck, Mr. Krabs gasped and grabbed SpongeBob by his holes. Keep doing it, he said. SpongeBob continued the quick movements until he heard Mr. Krabs let out a string of curse words and his cock twitched in his mouth. Fuck, that was so good, boy. Are you ready for your turn? He asked. SpongeBob nodded. I need to hear you say it. Yes, Mr. Krabs, I want you. I need you, he called out, and Mr. Krabs smirked. He undid his tie and belt and slowly took off his pants. When he did, SpongeBob wasn't wearing any underwear. Fat mood. Fat mood. Dirty whore, he muttered, and SpongeBob chuckled. Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs, he stammered, encouraging Mr. Krabs. He brought his mouth down and easily took in the 2.5 chicken to his mouth. Fuck. He still, oh, I'm not even gonna read that. That was fun, SpongeBob. Thanks for helping me out, he said, and SpongeBob smiled. You're definitely the employee of the month. He winked and walked out of the pineapple. No. Oh gosh, there's more parts to this story, but I'm not gonna read them all. I got other shit to do. What the shit? I don't know what this was, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do not forget to give it a giant thumbs up and leave a comment below telling me if you want me to read more fan fictions on my main channel. I will definitely gladly do that. And don't forget to subscribe to Online Outcasts, all of our main channels, including my main channel. I'm so close to 300 subs. Link will be in the description below. Same with all the other links I mentioned. And make somebody smile today. I think that's my outro. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Mwah!